Damn, I done lost daylight and everything. Okay, I think I'm almost done. I think I am. So we go to urgent care, get declined, and they're like, you gotta go to your doctor. My doctor's only open Monday through Friday, but I'll try to make it, although I'm dying. So I go back home and I'm like, okay, let me just see if I can just sleep it off. And it doesn't really help. So I end up going to the emergency room. Like, we drive to the emergency room. So I drive to the emergency room and they think that I have pelvic inflammatory disease. I'm like, okay, that I could see that. That makes sense. So they give me some medication for that. And then they're like, oh, your blood count is kind of low. And I'm like, okay. They're like, it's supposed to be higher than a 6 and you're at like 6.1. And I'm like, okay. They're like, if it drops any lower, you're going to have to get a blood transfusion. And I'm like, okay. Then they put me on iron pills. So I go home and I'm going about my day. And when I say go about my day, I'm still laying in the bed. So I'm still not feeling well. So then I go to another urgent care. They give me a shot. They test my freaking uterus. They test any and everything down there. They test it. They're like, yeah, you definitely have an infection. We definitely highly recommend that you go see your doctor on Monday. I'm like, well, today's Saturday, so I'll do the best I can. They like recommend that I get all these medications. So I don't know what the medications were. I have them around here somewhere, but I really don't know. So like later that night, I am taking one of my medications. I think I was taking like one of the Tylenols just because my fever was so high. It was like 103. So my husband gets on the phone with my friend who's a nurse. He's like, what do I do? Because she's refusing to go back to the ER and her temperature's really high. She's shaking, but she's cold and it's hot. And it's like, what is going on? So I start vomiting. My husband's like, oh, hell no. He calls the ambulance. So then I catch a ride in the ambulance. I get to the hospital. They're like, 1, you're below 6 and you're getting a blood transfusion. 2, your endometriosis is like the guy, I will never forget. The guy was like, this is incredible. Sure, I'm dying. 3, another doctor comes in and he's like, I'm pretty sure you have an abscess. So I'm just like, okay. Okay. So then they admit me to the hospital and I'm spending the night at Baylor Scott and White in Irving. Things didn't really work out there. My temperature was never really going down and no one really could figure out what the hell it was. So then they transport me to Dallas, Baylor Scott and White. Guess who works there?